I know you've tried to be strong in the tough situations before, but somehow you always failed. You've probably met someone and thought, I wish I could be as strong as them. The truth is, you'll never truly become strong unless you understand the real root of the problem, something I call the micro-problem machine. I know that might not make much sense right now, but stick with me and I'll explain it clearly. You see, most people don't even notice the exact moment when their life starts to fall apart. It's not some big dramatic fall. It's not a collapse or some huge failure. It's way worse. It's completely silent. In other words, it's how the comfort zone creeps into your life without you realizing it. Why do you think the comfort zone feels so good? Because it doesn't hurt. It's cozy. And if something doesn't hurt, you don't feel the need to act on it. But the truth is, if you're not acting, your life is quietly falling apart behind the scenes. And that's exactly where most people live today. It's like skipping one workout, ignoring one message, breaking one small promise you made to yourself. And before you even notice, you've built an entire life around running away from the one thing everyone is avoiding: discomfort. Remember the micro-problem machine? Keep it in mind. I'll come back to it. You don't realize it, but you're living in a way where you're being way too soft on yourself. But you don't call it weakness. You call it burnout. You call it, I'm just tired. You call it, I'm not ready yet. Now, here's the big truth. And honestly, it was my truth too. And I wasn't even going through anything crazy. I wasn't facing impossible challenges. I had just gotten way too comfortable. I was waking up late, scrolling my phone for hours, telling myself I'd get organized after coffee. And at the end of the day, all I was really doing was trying to run away from guilt. Somehow, I convinced myself this was normal, that procrastinating was normal, that watching my life drift by without doing anything about it was normal. I thought everyone lived like that. Maybe some still do. But the reality was, I didn't want that life anymore. I just hadn't accepted the truth yet. You don't grow until you face the fact that truth hurts, but it sets you free. Here's something almost nobody says out loud. I wasn't lazy. I was stuck, not weak. And you aren't either. We just never got the right tutorial for life. No one ever gave us a real guide on how to face things head on. But deep down, I knew exactly what needed to change. I just didn't want to face the pain of doing it. The real truth is, it's way easier to pretend that you can't change than it is to admit that you can. Because if you can change, then not changing is 100% your fault, and that's scary. So, what changed for me? It wasn't just another random video with no real context. It wasn't a book. It wasn't a coach yelling at me. It was just one simple rule. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Period. Not when I feel like it. Not when I have energy. Just, if I say it, I do it. I thought, okay, I've failed a million times before. What can I do differently now? First, I decided I would stop acting like everyone else. And I started with the basics, simple things. Wake up at 7, drink a full glass of water, don't hit snooze, no excuses, no bargaining, no, I'll try again tomorrow. And yes, it was horrible at first. But then I learned something powerful. You'll never be strong enough for big problems if you never practice with small ones first. That's what the micro-problem machine is all about. It's like trying to bench press 220 pounds without ever building any muscle first. You can't expect to handle a real challenge if you never prepared for it. Remember that time you needed to confront someone but chickened out? Yeah. That'll keep happening until you finally decide to change. Here's what you need to do. Next time you're in a group and you're scared to share your opinion, say it anyway. Just speak up. Or maybe you've been wanting to start a conversation with someone, but you're too nervous. Go ahead. Say something. Anything. You see where I'm going with this? You need to tackle small problems or little conflicts that are uncomfortable at first, but over time, they'll feel more natural. And once I started living like this, something strange happened. I started trusting myself. I didn't even realize how much self-respect I had lost over the years. Every time I said I'd change, and didn't, every goal I set, and abandoned, I was teaching myself that my own words meant nothing, not even to me. And here's the brutal truth. When you don't trust yourself, growing becomes almost impossible. But when I started following through, even on tiny promises, it changed everything. Confidence didn't come overnight, but consistency did. And that was enough to start. Over time, I stopped searching for external motivation. I wasn't chasing a perfect version of myself anymore. All my focus was on one thing, keeping my word. And that's what built a version of me that I could finally respect. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This isn't some magic formula. You don't say one sentence and wake up a warrior. You'll still have bad days. You'll still fail sometimes. But the difference is, you won't stay down anymore. Every day you'll feel like, okay, throw me back in the ring. And eventually you'll realize something powerful. You don't rely on motivation anymore. You have something stronger. You have discipline. And even more important, you have evidence. Evidence that you don't give up on yourself. If you're hearing this and it's hitting a nerve, good. It means you're about to step out of your comfort zone and finally become strong. And even better, it means there's still time. And no, you don't need to change your whole life overnight. You just need one rule: say what you'll do, and then do it. That's where it starts. That's how you stop being weak, and that's how everything starts to change.